Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video I'll be doing a review and demonstration of the Gaomon PD1561 pen display. This is a graphic tablet in a compact size that you can plug into your laptop or computer so you can have a screen to draw on and a pressure sensitive pen. Before we dive in, I want to say thank you to Gaomon for sending me this tablet to test out and for supporting my channel. That said, this is not a sponsored video and all the opinions are honest and my own. This is the second Gaomon tablet I've reviewed, and I've been using the first pen display as my main drawing tablet for over a year now, and it's been working great, and so I was interested to see what their latest model was like. So I'm going to start by unboxing the tablet, taking a look at what comes in the box, then set up the tablet, test out the pen, and create a finished artwork in Photoshop. I'll share my thoughts about the screen as well as looking at some of the differences between this newer model and the previous Gaomon screen I've worked on. Okay, so the tablet comes really well packaged in a sturdy box. Everything is well protected and set into a molded packaging insert. The first thing in the box is the tablet. It's a 11.6-inch tablet with a 256.32mm by 144.18mm working area. It has an IPS screen with a 1920 by 1080 resolution. There are 8 customizable express keys down one side, and then power, menu and adjustment buttons along the edge. There is a full list of specs over on the Gaomon website. I've put links to everything in the description box below, so you can check that out if you want more detailed information on the specs of the tablet. There is a screen protector pre-installed on the tablet, and for parts of this video I've kept the tablet in its packaging bag just to lessen the glare on camera. Along with the tablet there is the pen. Now there's no charging cable or battery included because the pen doesn't need any charging. The pen has 2 customizable buttons on the side, and the lower portion of the pen has a rubber-like coating, making it easier to grip the pen as you're working. There's also a drawing glove which can work both on the right and the left hand. If you wear it on the left hand, then the logo is on the underside of the glove, but the glove does work on both hands. Using a drawing glove when you're working can really help your hand to glide more easily across the screen, so I'm always pleased to see these gloves included with the drawing tablets. Also in the box was a quick start guide, a warranty card, and a link to the driver manual which you can download from the Gaomon website online. And then the pen stand and the extra nibs. You can access the spare nibs by unscrewing the top of the pen stand, and they are safely stored in the base of the stand. And the pen can rest in the stand either upright or horizontal. Then there were the cables. As this is a drawing monitor, it has to be plugged into a power source and a PC or laptop to work. Drawing monitor works very much like a secondary screen for your PC or laptop. It's just one that you can draw on. I liked here that the cables were all connected as it keeps everything tidier. These types of drawing monitors always have a lot of cables, and so separating the cables out like this not only keeps it neat, but it also makes it clearer to see which cables go in the tablet and which go in the computer or laptop. There were also 2 plug options included in the box as well. So that's what's included in the box, and now moving on to setup. I first assembled the power cord and then plugged the USB and video cable into the tablet, and then plugged the 2 other cables into my computer. You'll need to make sure that your computer has an HDMI slot free in order to connect the tablet. Then I set up the tablet on my desk and headed over to the Gaomon website and downloaded the latest version of their driver. It's always a good idea to get the latest driver from the website, as the most updated versions tend to have fixes for any bugs or performance issues. They have all the drivers for their products available for both Windows and Mac. Downloading the driver took less than a minute, and so did the installation. Once installed, I could fiddle and adjust any of the settings to the tablet and the pen. You can customize the level of pressure on the pen, the express keys on the tablet, and the buttons on the pen. If there are any keyboard shortcuts you use on a regular basis, you can set the buttons and keys on the tablet and the pen so that they'll be most efficient for you. Once you've made any changes, you can hit apply, and you can always restore everything back to default settings if you want to undo anything. There are also settings on the tablet itself, color, brightness, contrast, and so on, and you can access those settings by clicking the buttons along the sides of the tablet itself. The whole setup process took less than 5 minutes, and then I was ready to start drawing. For the drawing portion of this video, I'm working in Adobe Photoshop and using some of the brushes that come with the program. The first thing I wanted to do here is to test out the pen, get a feel for working with it, and to create a couple of practice pages, just practicing thick and thin lines. I'm starting out drawing lines and swirls, varying the amount of pressure I'm using, going from light to hard to see the difference in the lines. As you can see, I was getting lots of variation and the pressure sensitivity was working really well, just the same as the previous Gaomon model that I've used. These practice pages I find are really useful when you're starting with a drawing tablet, as you can practice how much pressure to apply to get the line that you want. The pen itself is actually a bit shorter and slimmer than the other Gaomon pen I'm used to working with. I really liked this as I have quite small hands, and I found that when I'm working with a larger stylus, it can strain my hands after a while. So I found the new pen much more comfortable to use. It was also a little lighter as well. Now this is a personal preference for me, but if anyone else has smaller hands, then this information might be useful. Another change from the previous Gaomon pen and some of the other drawing tablets I've reviewed in the past is the lack of battery or charging cable. I really liked this feature, as I'm always forgetting to charge my pen, and I'm always coming to the middle of a project and then the pen isn't working. So not having to remember to put the pen on charge was really nice, and I liked the fact that this pen doesn't need charging. Another aspect I liked was not only the smaller size of the pen, but the rubber coated section. I don't know if it is rubber, but that's what it feels like, and it made the pen much easier to grip. Not that the previous pen was hard to work with, but I thought it was a good design upgrade. Once I got to know the pen and created a few of these practice pages, I moved on to creating a finished illustration. For most of this process, I'm working in different layers, sketching first, then line art, then a layer of base colouring, and then adding a layer of shadows and highlights. In terms of performance, there didn't seem to be any noticeable lag or delay when I was working. The pen moved cleanly across the screen, and then the brush or the cursor followed very quickly. In the past, I have had more issues with lag when I was working on an older computer, but that was the computer's issue and not the tablet's. One thing I did find, however, was that the tablet heated up as I was working. There was a strip on the top of the tablet that was consistently warm even after working on the tablet for just a few minutes. Now, this is the same as my other Gaomon tablet as well. That has a strip that heats up when I'm working on it, but I found it a lot more noticeable on this smaller model as I had less surface area to work on, so my hand was touching the top of the tablet more often. That brings me to the other feature of this tablet, and that is the size. It's a small tablet. The working area of the screen is actually just a little bit less than the size of my A5 sketchbook when it's opened flat. Now, whether or not this tablet is too small is going to depend entirely on your process and preferences. I'm used to working on a much larger screen, and it definitely took me a while to get used to the smaller working area. I did find though that after about an hour or so I did get used to it, and it didn't end up slowing down my process at all. I also found myself resting the tablet on my lap quite a bit as I was working on this drawing today, and that's not something I normally do as my other tablet is much heavier and thicker. I liked that I had the flexibility of being able to have the tablet on my lap and to turn it around as I was working on it, and that was a nice aspect of having a smaller and lighter screen tablet to work on. Having a smaller tablet does make it easier to take around with you. So if you need to take your drawing monitor into work or out and about with your laptop or just from one room of the house to the other, then this smaller size is definitely more portable. Although you do need a power plug, all the cables and a power source to run the tablet, so it's nothing like an iPad type of tablet in terms of mobility. If you have a small space or a small desk, then this tablet might also be good, because it doesn't take up too much room. You need space for these pieces of equipment and you need to set them up near your laptop or your computer to be able to plug in all the cables, so desk space is certainly something to consider if you're looking at getting one of these. If you're just starting out, if you're looking for your first drawing monitor, then this might be a good fit, especially if you want something to try out digital art on, or if you're a beginner and you want a smaller and less expensive tablet. Normally with these types of equipment, the larger the screen, the more expensive the tablet is. So desk space, budget, and the fact that the smaller tablet is lighter and a bit more portable than the larger models are factors that might make a small screen a good option. Now, Gaomon does also have larger tablets available if you have a bigger budget or you want a larger screen to work on. I didn't have any issues working with the tablet except for one time when the pen stopped working and I couldn't move the brush around anymore. To fix that, I just pulled up the Gaomon settings box, reset everything to default, turned the tablet on and off, and then the pen worked again. I found that whenever I do have a glitch with the pen on these sorts of tablets, then resetting the settings to default, unplugging and turning on and off the screen tends to fix any issues. It's also important that you have the updated driver software as well. One thing I want to mention here is that the tablet doesn't come with a stand. I found recently that the more I work digitally, the more I actually prefer drawing on a sloped surface, so my normal working tablet does have an adjustable stand that I can move up and down. This again is going to be entirely personal preference. Some of you may prefer working completely flat on your tablet. It does feel more like working traditionally if the tablet is flat on your desk, but I did ask Gaomon about the stand and they said they were looking into stands and they hope to have one for this tablet available in the near future. Overall, I enjoyed working on this tablet. It's another great product from Gaomon. There were some design differences in the pen, which I really liked, and using a smaller tablet, it took a little bit of time to get used to, but it certainly has some advantages. The pressure sensitivity on the pen was, as always, very good. There wasn't any noticeable lag or delay when working. The screen resolution is also good, and the colours came out really nicely as well. If you're looking for a more affordable drawing tablet to go with your computer or your laptop, and you want a small compact size, then this tablet might be a good fit for you. I hope that this video was helpful if you were looking for information on this tablet. Gaomon is currently having a big sale. There's 20% off this tablet and other products for the whole month of October, and I'll put links to all of that in the description box below. Thank you again to Gaomon for sending me along this new model to have a look at. Please feel free to leave any questions you have in the comments down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you all for watching and have a creative day.